What's going on? I'm back at the park, and today I got a trick that I've wanted for a long time. Not only as a combo that I'm about to try, but the root trick itself has been so hard for me to figure out how to hold. When people are able to hold this trick, it's so dope. It is such a simple trick, but when done right, it looks amazing. Today, I'm gonna do frontside nose slide, nollie shove it out, but not nollie shove it that would go behind me. Almost would be kind of what people would refer to it as a big spin out. I never really understood that because it's not really a big spin, but it's when you do frontside nose slide and you do a little over rotated shove it out. Kind of similar to the back tail front shove I did last week. I'm gonna use a lot of the things that I learned from that and try to apply it to this because I've always wanted to learn how to hold this one. And today is the day that I figure out such a simple trick that looks amazing. You know the deal. I'm gonna throw on my socks and shoes, give you my hypothesis, and try to figure out if I can learn how to A, hold frontside nose slides, and B, do front nose slide, shove it out. All right, I apologize first and foremost for the two leaf blowers that are going on. It seems like every time I show up here and try to film something, it's just landscaping day. Every goddamn day of the week at this place, it's my bad. Also, got me a little fancy coffee today. It's kind of crazy that they're already celebrating Christmas. It's like mid-November, and like I love Christmas too, but in the words of my pops, how you gonna celebrate Christmas? You didn't even give thanks yet. All right, so frontside nose slide, nollie shove out. This one's gonna coincide with a lot of the things I learned from last week's video with back tail front shove out because most of my problems came from me just sticking on the ledge. It wasn't too much an issue with what I was actually doing. There were definitely some things that I was doing wrong, but a lot of things came a lot easier once the ledge was properly waxed. So today I'm gonna really wax this ledge the same way I did for the back tail and hope that that kind of helps me out when it comes to sliding a frontside nose slide. And not only doing the shove out, but actually sliding the whole ledge because I've just never been able to really figure out how to get my balance in the right position for that sort of trick. This one is gonna be one of those tricks where I'm gonna have to wait like a little bit. I can't just go and try to shove out right away because if I do that, it's just gonna hit the ledge or the timing is gonna be all off. It almost is gonna kind of be like a little delayed shove. And if I just get into the right one, I think leaning over the ledge, giving it a little bit of pop and a little shove, it'll just come right around and hit my feet. The thing that's a lot different than the one from last week with back tail front shove is the front shove is going away from the ledge. This one, I'm gonna be technically shoving into the ledge. So that little delayed pop is gonna be everything. If I do anything too soon, it's just gonna hit and it's not even gonna come around. So I've gotta figure out the timing and I definitely have to figure out the balance on this one. It's not really like a trick that I do too much. I can do front nose slides, but to hold it and kind of like get comfy on there is definitely gonna be a challenge for me, but I'm gonna treat this as a 2-for-1. And what I mean by that is, I don't know if you guys feel this way, but anytime I try a flip in trick, usually I don't really think about the actual grind trick I'm trying. I just think about the flip. And by the end of the session, I can do whatever that basic trick is. Like for back tail, shove out, I was doing a bunch of back tails and not really missing any of those. So I feel like if I kind of just focus on doing this shove out, I'll learn how to nose slide just almost like indirectly by trying to learn a trick that's two tricks together, if that makes sense. I don't know if I explained that the correct way, but hopefully you get what I'm saying. All right, well, I got my socks, my shoes on. It's time to go to the ledge and try to figure out nose slide, shove it out. But of course, we gotta do those warm-up tricks first. Gonna try to get all those, make sure they're in the bag so I don't lose them, because this would all be useless if I didn't do that. All right, so I just got through the warm up and ankle feels really good. I added in some of the tricks that I wasn't really doing, like nollie back nose blunt and heel flip back crook when my ankle was feeling a little off. I just kind of skipped those, but I did them today and surprisingly, they're still in my bag. I haven't done them in probably a couple weeks. So I don't know, maybe I'm getting good at skating or something, but now I'm gonna go to the big ledge. This is a big ledge maneuver. This is not something I want to kind of mess around on this little one. First place to start, same place as I started in the last video with the back tail front shove. Gonna just start doing long front nose slides. I got to figure that out because I think if I half-ass this and just do half of the ledge and just try to kick or shove it out, I don't think it's gonna work, nor is it gonna really look that good. So I'm gonna practice getting on front nose slides and trying to get those really solid before I even try to shove out of this. I've I've always had a problem over popping this trick. Like I'll get a little too high over the ledge, and then because I'm getting too high and I'm slamming down on it, it kind of messes up the slide a little bit. I think what I'm really gonna have to figure out is how to ollie just right up into it just enough, kind of control my pop in order for it to be a better slide. I'm gonna start with that, see if that helps. I think that was a bit of me turning my shoulders a little too much. I got to figure out where my body has to be, but I'm going to give this a couple more tries before I wax the ledge, because if I remember last week, wax was everything, and that might be it for this. All right, I figured out something very important about this. Just like a lot of my other videos where I say you have to gap into the ledge, this is no different. I have to gap into this and it carries the slide. It helps my momentum get to the end of it. If I try to just like ollie and jam into it, I can feel it either turn my shoulders or it just stops my board completely. So I gotta ollie in, gap in as if I'm skating a hubba. That was way better. Okay, I'm gonna slow it down and try to slide longer. That was good, but I need better weight distribution. It's almost there, I'm finding it. Wax helps so much. That's the key to this trick. All right, let's get one long one and then we'll get to it. Still need to get my weight up there. I'm too much over here. I just learned something about this. I've been trying to lock my shoulders so that I could come out regular, and I thought that if I turned them, I would just come out fakey. But when you turn your shoulders, it's kind of like how I was doing switchback tails a few months ago. You turn your head, your shoulders follow. It locks in straighter, and you can still go back out to regular, but it gives you like an actual good slide. When I'm keeping my shoulders facing forward like I'm gonna go out regular, I feel my board start turning, and I just feel my wheel bite the ledge and stop me completely. That's what I think is throwing off my balance. I think I gotta kind of just lock in and keep my head over my front foot and almost like square my shoulders to where my hips are. And I think that's gonna give me a more consistent, good slide. That was so much better. All right, I think it's time to try it. All right, almost did it first try. Well, okay, well, let me not get ahead of myself. I almost did it like third try, but gapping in helps. Letting your board be in front of you when you're ollieing in is everything. I'm gonna keep focusing on that as I do this. Something I'm realizing about this very quickly is the shove is pretty delayed already. So like, I don't have to worry too much about making it to the end of the ledge, because by the time it actually develops and my back truck would hit the ledge, I'm already well off of this thing. All right, the probability of magic carpet on this one is pretty high. If you guys don't remember what that means, it means this. We don't want that today. All right, let's give it one solid one. All right, I'm in rhythm now. These tries are starting to look pretty similar, and that means it's getting close. I hope. The wax theory is so true. It's working the same way as the back tail. When I wax it, everything works out a lot better. It's all about the ollie in. I'm really exaggerating gapping into this, and I feel how much I can control it just on the way that I'm getting into the ledge. getting a little too excited. I'm trying to do the shove out a little too fast. I need to just wait a second longer and it'll work. That was some bullshit. I realized a lot of my problem that I've been having is I've been dropping my foot down here like I'm gonna do a front crook when I need my foot to be up here. I'm gonna aim up here, see if that helps. It's so hard to get this ledge to slide correctly without having to wax my board or the ledge itself a million times. It would help if I could do one that doesn't stick. My front foot being right here, so important. Gotta keep getting right here or else this is not gonna work. Oh. All right, we gotta recalibrate. We gotta do some front nose slides because those are kind of leaving my abilities right now. Sometimes you gotta tap back in with the basics. All right, first one down. That took a while, but I got one in the bag. All right, so I got two of them and I'm pretty happy with the shove out. But if you remember earlier in this video, I said I wanted to learn how to nose slide. I don't really care about the shove out all like that. And I'm gonna challenge myself. There's actually a suggestion from this man and he's gonna try it with me. Ain't that right?
I'll try a baby one.
I'm gonna put this up on the quarter pipe. We'll get to it. We only got a little bit of light, so we gotta probably land it within like 10 tries.
I rolled away. It's so slick.
All right, we tried, and that was really, really hard to do, especially because I only had like 10 tries. Daylight savings is ass, but I did learn how to front nose slide. I did say that that's what I was trying to do, and I did it. So today I'm gonna take a dub. The little shove out, I think it was pretty hard. I needed to wax the shit out of the ledge. It's the same as the last video. It's just wax was my friend, and I couldn't really figure out exactly how much wax I needed to put on the ledge because it honestly would stick no matter what I would do. But I was able to get two of them that I was pretty proud of, and I definitely got front nose slides now. So that was really my hidden motive behind this whole video. I don't really even give a shit about the shove. I just wanted good front nose slides, and I kind of did a half decent one. It could be better, but I'll take what I could get. Today was definitely successful. If you guys like this, please comment below. Let me know what you think. And as always, I'll see you guys next Sunday. Peace.